Okay, Deb, you've been making us wait all day. So tell us a little bit more about Kevin, JP Johnston, and now the new guy, Mr. Lucas.
Well, so this is really kind of exciting because I know Lucas Miles is kind of a new name that's been spoken around here. But him and Kevin Sorbo have actually worked together in the past on Rodeo Girl. That's how I got to know more about who he is and his ministry. He's actually a pastor from out
Oh,
Indiana. And he's a motivational speaker as well. He has his own talk show where he interviews other people, kind of like how Isaac Hernandez does. He has written this amazing book about the Christian left. In fact, somebody said, "Are there any Christians left?" And it's like, yes, there's Christians left. But he talks about how there's been some things that have infiltrated the church and have changed it around. And so Kevin was very gracious. I still need to get to the website and kind of update things. And so hopefully you guys will be able to see those new changes. Friday morning, after Alicia and Whitney open with praise and worship, Lucas is going to come on the scene and share his heart with how things have changed in America and how we can be empowered to flip that switch and turn it all back around. And it lines up so much with what JP Johnston did with the Reliance, the Second Amendment film.
yeah.
And of course,
That's a great one.
Kevin Sorbo's bringing his newest one that he narrated called Against the Tide. And that one is just phenomenal.
I'm excited to see that one too.
So have you seen The Reliant yet?
I did get to see The Reliant and really enjoyed that. My mom actually has a signed DVD of The Reliant. So excited to have Kevin and his crew and all of that to watch that as well.
Okay, so don't do any spoilers, okay? Because I'm sure there's a few people that haven't seen The Reliant yet. But what's like one of your favorite messages? Not necessarily favorite scenes in the film, but favorite message that the film portrayed? Because there was a lot in there.
Right. I think for me, it was people have different perspectives, on guns, no guns. And those perspectives are formed by our environment or how we were raised or, any of those things. Or maybe, if tragedies have happened or if things that have happened, in our lives. And so I think that being able to have the ability to see a different perspective than maybe my own personal, perspective was good as well.
So why don't we talk about your own personal perspective, if you don't mind? What's your stance on guns?
Sure. So I, was raised, a little bit of country, a little bit of, not necessarily completely city, but a little bit of country and city. But I never really was around guns. My husband and I recently went and got our CCW and took a class, and I'm actually a really good shot. So he said, so, for self-defense. And so my husband made a joke and said, if we need to do this at home, I'm going to put you out front because you're the better shot. And if you miss, I'll be in the background. So, I was kind of surprised that I was a good shot. I definitely am not comfortable yet. But, I'm working on that, practicing to be more comfortable, to be able to defend our home, defend our children, if we had to do that.
For sure. So for me, my dad actually taught me how to shoot a rifle at the age of 8. And when Thumper didn't get back up off the ground, I was kind of done. But it taught me the respect of the fact that, what we do has consequences to it. And I did get to keep Thumper's foot and tail for a hot minute, though. I'm not going to lie, because and we actually had Thumper for dinner, which is good because, like, if you're going to have a gun and use it and it's not for self-defense, don't go out and just shoot to kill. That's definitely a perverted, twisted reason to have one, but like you said, to protect ourselves, defend ourselves. The enemies out there are going to have weapons worse than ours. So, and we've seen that kind of playing out in Ukraine. But that's what I really appreciate about being born in America. And for our listeners out there that are in other countries, we would love to hear your comments below and weigh in on your opinion. Whether we agree with it or not, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We want to hear your voice on what your opinion is on having guns in the household and why. So comment below and let us know your thoughts. Please do not hate on each other. These are just our own personal opinions. It's not open for debate. And if you do start attacking each other, to me, that's far worse than guns. So please don't do that. Okay. Now, Peggy.
Yes.
Pictures behind you. Those are beautiful. Tell me about those.
Thank you. So my grandmother, she lived to be 97. She passed away a few years ago, and these behind me are a lot of her paintings that she did. And some of them were dispersed between the family members. So I have a couple of little framed ones at home as well. So this is some of my grandmother's artwork.
That's awesome. So you guys come back tomorrow and we're going to talk about our theme for the festival this year, that art is not the absence. Am I saying that right?
Now you're going to make me wonder.
Motion pictures is not the absence of art. It's the presence of all art in motion.
There you go.
And I will talk to you about Miss Chris Newland. She was our art contest winner.
Hey, and don't forget, we will start on April 9th for our 12 days of giveaway, right leading up to the film festival starting on the 21st.